Hello world of the internet, my name is Simon Miller and you're about to join me for another reaction video, or no, I should say an album reaction. You can go check out all the proper reaction videos over on Rock Reacts. My words went crazy there. That's just what happens sometimes. We don't self-edit, we keep on plowing forward. Now, every time I react to an old album, loads of people go, why are you reacting to this really old album? This came out years ago. Yeah, that's the whole point. I've only been into hip-hop since March. Again, Rock Reacts will tell you that story. And now I'm kind of getting into it on my own time and I'm trying to figure things out. And loads of people keep suggesting stuff, so I keep going to it. And today, we're doing Frank Ocean Blonde. Now, I'm so removed from Frank Ocean, I can't even remember the song we did on Rock Reacts, but I remember being intrigued by him. And as when we did Earl Sweatshirt a few weeks ago, people kept saying, do Frank Ocean, do Frank Ocean. I was like, we'll do Frank Ocean. So let's not muck around too much, let's get on with it. If you've never watched a reaction video before, I will have to chop up the song, just because that's the nature of it. Otherwise you get copyrighted and it's all a big nightmare for everybody. But yeah, let's do it. Again, Blonde, it came out in 2016. Apple Music has it as a pop album. I mean, I know that's true. I guess everything's pop to a certain extent. Let's do it. Frank Ocean Blonde. We start with a song called Nikes. It's a weird little roar going on.
These bitches want Nike.
Well, I like him straight away because he's clearly singing through some sort of device, unless that's what he sounds like. But he's got melody to it, he's got character to it, it's obviously original because of the way he's singing. First line's always going to get you, he's singing about shoes, I assume that's another word for Nikes, I don't know what Nikes is, which is actually the proper way to say it, I believe. And that's always the most fascinating thing I think about when you're trying to get into a new genre, is you want to be grabbed by the weird, the different. I think you've got to find a gateway to get in there, but I think I hope I've listened to enough now where I do understand it. But yeah, I mean, that's 41 seconds of the first track of an album. What a fascinating way and what a daring way to kind of begin. Because you've got to imagine, I think it's only his second album. You've got to imagine that loads of people are going to find him through this. And he's happy for that to be the first 40 seconds that you heard. Instant respect.
I don't play, I don't make time. A nigga look just like me.
So you're saying RIP to someone, maybe friends, brothers, I don't know, maybe it ties into something different. I couldn't really hear the word because of the weird device he's using on his voice. I get some people want me to do a bit of research and have the lyrics up on screen when I first hear it, but I feel like that's disingenuous because that's not how I would listen to music. The whole point of this is I want to try and replicate how I would listen to an album in my own environment. I don't sit there with Genius open. I don't sit there with a Wikipedia entry open. I want to take it in. So I get that I am going to miss some of the meanings, but I'm hoping that's what you let me know in the comments. You give me the maybe the depth and the understanding that I need, the context that I need, and then I can go away and listen to it again with that brand new thing. That means so much more to me than taking all this information that I wouldn't have done anyway. Melody is the big thing I'm taking away from him. He's really good at creating an atmosphere and kind of hitting you right in the heart. I can definitely feel that straight away. I can completely see why he's kind of got the following that he has. Like, genuinely, yeah, it's just different. Like, I'm really obsessed with people that, because we've all got the same instruments, we've all got the same machinery, whatever you want to call it, but the fact that someone can tap into a certain part of their brain and come up with this, I would never have come up with this. I'm not saying I'm a great musician, but I mean, just from human to human, I think it's fascinating that he has something within him that goes, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use that, I'm going to put this effect on my voice, and you get this product. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen all the time, it does, but with pop music, for example, there are some tracks that you know are catchy, but you can feel the manufactured nature of it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. People love that stuff. But this, I've already got the feeling, 1 minute 39 in, that only Frank Ocean could be Frank Ocean, if that makes sense. Oh man, August.
We'll let you guys prophesy. Prophesy. We gon'
That's genuinely beautiful. I hate that word, makes me like an idiot. But that orchestra in the background, his voice on top, I think he's saying we're going to prophesize or something like that. We've seen the future. That was just lovely. That was a really well captured moment, that was. What an idiot I am.
Speaking of it, don't know what got into people. Devil be possessor, homies, demons try to body jump. Why you think I'm in this bitch when the fucking yarmulke? Acid on feet dance. I know that your nigga came with you, but he ain't a girl, but I look after you. I mean something to you. It's only awkward if you're fucking too.
Oh man, that was great. That was what the change there, and the fact that whenever he came in with his real voice, he decided to do it there. I don't know why he decided to do that. I have absolutely no idea, but that's a really, really good opening track to an album. He's now set the scene. That was almost progressive in a certain way. The second half was very, very different to the first. And again, he almost came out of his own shell. And there was different music in the background. It was more listenable. And his voice was there, which obviously makes it, again, more listenable. Because that first voice was going to be a bit jarring. Of course it was. If that's the stuff that people hear, I completely understand why he has this. He has this kind of following, this intense. And you can get people get super into him. Let's do Ivy. I'm excited now. That was good.
I thought that I was dreaming when you said you loved me. The start of nothing. I had no chance, I had all the right to hit me now. When we both know that deep down, the feeling still deep down is good. We'll never be those kids again. We drive the six, had the X6 back.
Oh, I know it does matter what he's singing about. I know he's singing about being a kid, and I think there was some kind of pain he'd caused to somebody that he fucked up or something like that. But it's his voice. It's the quality of that vocal. And I've said this 1,000 times, especially on Rock Reacts. Sometimes if you've got a good voice, you really can sing whatever you want. And if you can get the emotion in your voice, people are going to feel and understand it anyway. Because, yeah, like, it's all there. It comes from here, it comes out here, it hits the other person instinctively. There's no need to sort of... Again, this is why I don't like Ricky and Genius. I like perceiving it for what it's meant to be. And I know this dude is singing about something maybe romantic or emotional or hard-hitting or heartbreaking here because I can hear it in his damn voice. And they're always the best artists. You know, someone like Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson sung, even if you thought some of his stuff was silly, like Earth Song, right? That came in for a lot of criticism and mick-taking. But you could tell it was something he meant it because you could hear it in his voice when he's wailing out. This good.
The feeling deep down is good. We both know that deep down, the feeling still deep down is good. All the things I didn't need to say.
I'm really, like, the use of guitar in this, he did it in the first song as well, is awesome. I'm guessing it's a breakup song. There's one lyric that I'm not, again, are you going to go, you should look it up, I get it, but we explained it. I'm not sure if he's saying, I get why you're leaving me, or I get why you love me. But the stuff he's singing about afterwards makes it sound like a breakup song. He sounds like he's upset, he's heartbroken, he's dealing with something. And again, the dude can get it in his voice, man. I feel for him. I don't even know the chap. This guy is great. Someone said to me he's proggy. That's proggy stuff. Fucking with the melody, fucking with the song. Now he's just making noise in his studio. That is how you create aggression without like using heavy metal or stuff. Heavy metal is what I love. That's my big thing. That is how you create aggression. I'm wrong now. I didn't care. I'm going out on a limb. It's got to be a breakup song. And again, he gets in. Again, progressive is all about telling a story, taking you on an adventure. And to me, he's singing a song about a girl that left him. He knows he fucked up. And at the end of the song, he flips out because he can't take it that she left him. That is brilliant. That is brilliant because that's more than music. That takes it all and filters it in and throws it out there as something utterly different. It's a story. It's a narrative. It's a love letter. It's a pouring out of somebody's heart. That's the best stuff in music. This is great already. We're only 2 songs in. Right, what is next? Pink plus white. Oh, now it's Sunday morning. Happy time.
Nod my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow move. It's the same way you showed me.
You'd have to tell me if he's proggy or not. To me, this is prog. We've completely shifted gears. This doesn't sound anything like the last track, but it's still segued into it. It's a lot more jovial, a lot more lighthearted. His voice is still smashing it. Like, this is a crazy album. Sometimes albums like this come out, and obviously it was lost on me because I'm not in the niche. I'm not in the bubble. But it's a shame. Maybe it did blow up, but it didn't blow enough to, you know... I wanted to infiltrate my stuff, even if I wasn't looking for it. And that's what this kind of album does. I'm almost annoyed that I'm only hearing it now. Because even if you don't like the song, I think you've got to, and I do, but I think you've got to be impressed by the musicianship and his desire to take risks. Just 2 thumbs up.
That's the same way you showed me.
Oh man, he's using guitar again.
Give me some sweet, bitch, I might like immortality. This is life, immortality.
Bloody hell, the most British thing ever. The production of this is insane. And we had guitar, we had choir, then the piano builds in, the way it grows. I've got the birds ending, that still counts as production. But the way everything built to that crescendo, the way that built to the crescendo at the end. This is the kind of music, this is why I like metal, right? Because it takes me on a little adventure. We go on a little journey. We take a little path down a road we didn't know where we were going to go. And by the end of the song, you're in a completely different place to where the start of the song. I understand other genres do that, but that's why I fell in love with that genre of music. And this guy is doing it more than I think anybody I've ever heard. It's like he doesn't care. It's like he takes individual songs and he finds a way to piece them together. But ultimately, it's like, this is what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. I don't care if it doesn't tick this is what you should do on your album boxes. This is bizarre in the best possible way. Let's do Be Yourself.
Gotten hooked on drugs, marijuana, and alcohol. Listen, stop trying to be somebody's own decisions on your own beliefs. You understand? Sluggish, lazy, stupid.
Then he just throws in some emotional stuff there with his mum, with a pretty good message, really, all things considered. The next song is called Solo. I don't know if it ties it in, but just to throw that in the middle of your album, honestly, man, this guy.
Listen by myself, gone off tabs of that acid. Form me a circle, watch my Jagger. Might lose my jacket and hit a solo one time. Right now, I prefer yellow, red bone, so mellow. Fuck around, be cutting you. Think we were better off solo.
I got lost in that. It's so nice. I was intrigued to see what he was singing about, and then that chorus came in with him just harmonising with himself on that solo bit. This is just a lovely album. I understand he's got some deep messages that he's singing about, and I understand there's a gravitas towards it, but I mean, from a melodical and musical point of view, lovely is probably not the right word, it's just lovely to listen to, but I know it's got that edge to it too. That's what you want, right? You want music to sound good, you also want to teach you a message. Good grief.
And you pick a sign, but them cards won't side with you. Won't let you fly solo. Yeah, there's heaven. There's a bull and a matador dueling in the sky. In hell, there's heaven. Solo. By myself.
Organ as well, like a church organised. Wait, he's not saying so low as well as solo, is he? As in SO space LOW, and it's him getting more. If he's doing that, and he needed to do it again, but now given some of the words, I think he is saying that. What a flippin'. The endings of his songs are amazing.
This is joy.
The endings are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, they create a completely different picture of everything else he's been singing about so far. I guess you already know this if you're a Frank Ocean fan. It's probably why you like him. This song's called Skyline to E. Oh, no, sorry, it's an explicit sign. Skyline 2. I saw the E in there. It's almost hard to talk about. He's so different and he's so unique. And like I said before, I really respect that in musicians. I think it's an incredibly hard thing to do. Because you can't just sit there and make a noise, right? You're competing with thousands of other people. Also, you've got to try and make your own voice cut through. This is really good. Like, it's really good. Like, it must have won awards and stuff, right? I'll have to look afterwards, but I'd be amazed if it hasn't. We'll just keep going. Skyline 2.
Stay alive. Got your medal on. Killer headlights. Pretty fucking underneath moonlight now. Blood. Summer's not as long as it used to be.
Even stuff like that. Like, I know it's not the most incredible lyric in the world. Summer's not as long as it used to be. But I still think it's something we can all relate to. I see where he's coming from and I get it. Again, it's his voice. It's his voice. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely incredible. The amount of emotion he gets into it and stuff. But I always like it sometimes when artists just shoot down the line. Their lyrics are less poetic. I know there's other meaning in it. But it's less poetic than maybe you'd expect from him. He's such a great lyricist. Sometimes you don't need it. Sometimes you got to shoot down the barrel. And again, it's all about your delivery. And that's really what I'm taking away. Again, there's all these little weird, fucked up things in the background which just make it a little bit off kilter, make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But overall, the song is really nice to listen to and melancholic. It's just really, I just say keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it is something that needs to be sat down and, I mean, it's one of those ones that's great to do a reaction to, but you need to listen to it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times before it actually all starts to make sense.
Peace in my hand, worth twice than a friend. And two comes the morning.
Man, it's almost like Little Peep or X, that guitar as well. Whew. And that just ticked over then. So this song did actually seamlessly bleed into self-control. You know what? We'll take a little break there. There's no point. Let's just...
Poolside convo about your summer last night. Ooh, about your summer last night. Give you no
weird voice is back.
Could I make it shy last night? Could I make it shy on the last night? Could we make it in? Do we have time?
Be the boyfriend in your wet dreams tonight.
It's a lyric.
The same advice, and our time was right.
Keep a place for me.
This is so strange. I love that you got really one of the nicest songs I've heard in a long time, and his crazy voice comes in. Oh, it's just great.
With tears in your eyes, I came to visit, 'cause you know my self-control.
Even that lyric, you made me lose my self-control, given the context for everything he's singing about. It's just wonderful, isn't it? I mean, he's just a dude with a really deep heart, and he knows his way he's getting it out is clearly by singing and doing music. But yeah, this is... let's just keep rolling with it.
Gotta leave, take down some summertime. Give up, just a night. Someone come in, spitting game. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Oh, you got someone come in, spitting game. Oh, you got it.
That's just great. That's the kind of music I like, man. Or too close to the camera, hit the table, the kind of sugar. I'm just repeating myself now, but I don't know if he's gone through a lot or what. And what was the description for this album? Like there was a description on Apple Music and stuff like that. Though it's rich in luxurious wordplay and melody, Ocean favours impressionism here. From the mood-altering moves of Nights, which I don't think we've done yet, to the velveteen drift of White Ferrari, which I haven't done. The drift is a bleak yet surprisingly emotional, intimate, a tour de force that sneaks up on you. You know what? That is not the worst thing in the world. I know his lyrics are deep. I know they're powerful, but it's almost like I'm not getting to it because you've got to get through this first layer first. The lyrics are almost there for when you get to it later. When you come back for the second time, which you're going to, because it's going to hit you here. When music hits you here, you've got to listen to it again. All right, let's do Good Guy.
If I was an NY, I should look you up. I do. It's highlights when I was convinced. Ooh, it's just a late night out.
It's just nigga, all the bitches in the neighborhood want to fuck this nigga. You told me. I used to fuck with all of them.
I thought it was about breakup and stuff. I mean, it's obvious from the lyrics anyway, but sometimes you can say one thing and mean another, right? Sometimes a lot of musicians and artists do that. But clearly he's gone through something. I mean, even the cover that I got behind me, is a guy clearly struggling. I just think you don't want anyone to go through any hardship or pain, right? But it's almost like if that's what's triggered this to come out, then there is good from it. There's a silver lining, there's something special to be taken away. I'm genuinely just... None of these songs sound like each other. They all sound utterly different. They're all brought together by his voice and his incredible gift to understand melody and a really nice tune. But there's no real connection here, other than clearly it's about a breakup of sorts and him trying to get a message out that I'm almost getting the idea that it's okay to go through this. Like I think that's what I may be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm taking away from that. It's like it's not bad to feel crap when you go through negative stuff. And if you watch other stuff on my channel, we talk about that stuff on some of the vlogs I do. And again, when people are in positions of power, not power, but like he's a celebrity, he's an artist, right? When they talk about it, it does make it more real. I think this is a really powerful album. Impressive musically, and the underlining that's slowly chipping away may even be more important. Who knows? Let's do Nights.
Round the city, round the clock.
This one I know. I know this one.
Everybody needs you. you can't make everybody equal, and I know it better than most people. I don't trust them anyways. You can't break the law with them. Well, bro, I've been out here head first, always like the head first.
That lyric, "you are from a past life," I'm going to guess it's an ex-girlfriend, right? Because how many times have you thought that? You break up with a girl and then you think about her, you bump into her, and you're like, you don't exist anymore. You know, at one point you're really important in my life, but now I've moved on. It is like a different life. Like, I don't know how you exist. I have heard this one before, so obviously it's not as, I don't have that much to say about it, because again, we've already done it over Rock Reaction. You should go check it out. But in context with everything else, it makes a lot of sense. Like, it ties into, again, all the stuff we've already been talking about. And I just like all the stuff in the background. Again, if you actually, you know, get rid of all the stuff that's in your face and listen to all the background stuff, it's just so packed. The production is amazing. I remember that guitar. That guitar coming is... then it all goes screwed up. The dude is good, man. These segues are ridiculous. You want to go heavy. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum. Again, that's so pure prog. I remember it from the last one. It's pure prog. Just change up the beat. Who cares, right?
The legend kept at least 6 discs and a changer. Back when Boswell and Percy had it active.
That's my reaction. That's it. Just keep it right. I'll pause it just to stop it, but to stop it there. Just, yeah. Blah. Just want to listen to it again and take it in.
Edge I race, to the end I make it. On the risk I take it. Head bang with my 4 friends, we pour a taste out for the day. Said you wanna hurt me now. You can't hurt me now.
The fact this song is called Pretty Sweet and he begins with that. It's like, I hate the word, but like a juxtaposition, right? Nice title and then just a wall of noise. I don't know what those instruments are. I can't even tell what he's singing.
I'm on this side. I'm on this side. Oh, we rely. Fathers of us. Because
I don't even know what to make of this one. I'm fascinated by it, but melody has been his big thing. No matter what else he did, mucking around with music and stuff. Melody, I don't mind him throwing melody out the window. There's probably melody there just to get to it. You've got to peel away the layers. But it is the most difficult one to piece through so far. It's called Pretty Sweet. Terrifying. Oh my gosh. The
No, I was just telling that
this is called Facebook Story. Let's just run it, because I think it's one of those talky ones.
this girl before, and I was together since 3 years, and I was not even cheating her or what, and Facebook arrived. Started to be crazy. She thought that because I didn't accept her, she thought I was cheating. She told for nothing, you know, virtual thing.
I hate the fact I've had to chop that up. Go listen to Facebook Story if you haven't heard it before. To have a part, I mean, maybe the rest of the songs have been about it too and I haven't picked up on it, but to have a part talking about the pitfalls and the problems, the negativity with social media. And there are loads. Don't get me, it's a great tool, but it's also a very dangerous tool and destructive tool, as that story is all about. This is almost like a thesis that you have to pull apart and make notes and footnotes on. Oh, what does that mean? That's a very interesting album, right? This is called Close to You.
devastating, but you could've held my hand on just. I run my hands through what's left.
So that maybe that's when we have to listen to the lyrics. That isn't the song I'd want to go back into again. I found it interesting and fascinating, but I didn't really pick up on what that one was all about. Again, from because I like to listen to albums like books. As I said before, I think you should listen from start to finish when you first get them. Throwing that in as a chapter, I think, is really interesting because, you know, we're getting towards the end of the album and it catches you off guard and makes you go, "What the hell is that?" So in that sense, I absolutely think there's something there. Maybe that's actually what I need to listen to back the most. That was kind of lost to me a little bit, right? This one, White Ferrari. I've heard this one a lot. Same with Nights. This one, obviously, I talked about in the Apple description as well. Don't know what to expect. I mean, it literally could be anything given what we've heard so far.
I like to talk on these rides. Mine on the road, out at Central. I didn't care. Stick by me, close by me.
It's my favourite one. Here's my favourite one. Again, the lyric, he's saying goodbye to someone at a plane, doesn't want to get on the plane, so maybe it's a goodbye, he's struggling with it, it's hard to say goodbye. But it's the build, we've still got a long time to go, so I'm just going to change it, his voice, the poetry of it, the emotion. It's just an excellent album. I'm absolutely going to go through this again. This is not what I was expecting at all. I knew Nights was good, and I knew this guy. People in the comments on my last album, the ones I did, kept saying, do it. It's really good.
So I text the speeds, lesser speeds, Texas speed, yes. Basic takes its toll on me eventually. Forever.
I like harmonies, right? Harmonies are a big thing for me. That's why I like the Beach Boys, and they're very similar here. Like, I'm not. In fact, he is quite similar to the Beach Boys, which is nuts. Go and look up all the. I can't remember the name of the lead singer of the Beach Boys now because my brain's all over the place. Brian Wilson, thank you. He came up with a lot of techniques that no one ever heard of before. He basically pioneered in a lot of ways. And I'm not saying that Frank Ocean is doing that, but I'm saying that he has a similar vibe to him in that he can come up with things you wouldn't expect people to do and almost present something that's alien to your ears but make it work. That is badass. There's no two ways about it. That is badass.
We got so familiar, spending each day of the in this life, in this life.
This got to be a song about breakup. He's singing about we get familiar with each other and it goes away. Mind over matter to me is when people say, it takes time. What a lovely song this is. And that arrival of that guitar, which started doing those cool chord changes as well, just to sort of give you an extra punch in the heart and in the soul almost. I'm not really sure what I can say about it on a first through listen. It's one of those things where we go on about it for age and go, you've heard it and you probably remember how you reacted to the first time. And if you're reacting it to the first time with me and you like this kind of stuff, you're probably feeling the same. And I don't blame you whatsoever.
It's just a skull, that's what they call.
Is that another one of his songs? I think I can hear like a song within the noise. That's a drum beat. I don't know. There's Seigfried's coming up next. I don't know anything about. I don't even know what else I can say about that I didn't already say. That was a lovely, beautiful, heart-wrenching poem. Let's just do it.
The markings on your surface, your speckled face.
That's lovely. The markings on your surface, your speckled face, freckles, I presume, other things on this person that makes her unique, or him unique. Who knows what he's singing about? It just paints a lovely picture straight away in 2 sentences. 2.
I'm not brave.
Living in an idea in another man's mind.
Maybe I'm a fool to settle for a place with some nice views. I'd rather live outside.
Keep saying I'm not brave. Mate, you're right. I'm sure people are going, why listen to Genius? Why listen? I get it, but I want to try and figure it out. I want to see the message he wants to get across with no context, right? I find it more fascinating like this. If I had the thing up, I probably wouldn't be inclined to go back and listen and do my research. That's how I feel about it anyway.
It's just a fond farewell to a friend. It's not what I'm like. It's just a fond.
Rares the feathers on my dash from a phoenix. There with my crooked teeth and companions sleeping. Yeah. Dreaming the thought they could dream cannot. Where I cannot. Less morose and more present. Maybe have a good cry about you. See some colors, light hand glide off them.
I tell you, man, lyrics like that are so important. You maybe have a good cry. I know he's eating mushrooms as well, but maybe have a good cry about you. I think coming from a dude like that is so successful, that cover image now is making me more and more every time a song I hear. I think it's really important stuff, that is, and it sucks for anyone to go through a bad time, but the fact he's willing to twist it like this, it's good. You tell me, man. Like, I don't. Just crazy. Just crazy and powerful, and even that's that. You know what? I'm going straight away. That's something good. I'm going straight away. Like, it's like a song from the 80s, but with terrifying piano, off-key piano.
How I do let go of a prayer for you, just a sweet word. The table is prepared for you, wishing you Godspeed.
Oh man,
Glory. There will be mountains you won't move.
So this now feels like he's moved past it. Maybe he's over it, but he still wishes the best for his significant other. I don't know, man. All I know is that is the beautiful, beautiful voice on this man. Oh, whoosh. If I could sing like that, I'd become a musician too. Let's just do it. One more. Let's roll into it. Future are free. I like this already.
Being honest, I say long as I can fuck 3 times a day and not skip a meal, I'm good. I used to work on my feet for $7 an hour. Call my mama like, mama, I ain't making minimum wage. Sometimes I feel like I'm a god, but I'm not a god.
What? I mean, that how true does that ring about stuff I was talking about earlier? That he's just, he wants, he's so. It sounds to me like anyway, he's so happy and so blessed to be where he is. He'd pay the people that buy his records because now he's making loads of money and he can't quite believe it. That is a good message to give out, and it humanizes him and it makes him more relatable.
Fuck these lanes, they don't want none. Fuck these niggas. Fuck these niggas, they don't want none. Kinda. And even if you have Japanese roots, run deep, family tree, throw a big shadow.
Trying to find Tupac? They think they found Tupac? I mean, I know the brief history of Tupac. I know some people say he's still alive. I don't see how that ties in. I'm lost on that one. I'll give it a read.
Yeah, niggas go back that far. I ain't smoked all yet. This the last song, so I finna wipe that off.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Is so right in the streets now. Shit starting to make my hands hurt. Jay hit me on the email. Should I oughta act my network? Dog, this is 7th though. Twins no and Lance no. Rock no and Matt no. Shit went 180 on me. Please run that back.
Yeah, Gerard told me you got your ass best told me. Yeah, because they tried to boot me in my face. I had AD in a headlock. First time I saw, I just thinking like.
Just gone silent. I presume, unless there's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence on this record. Someone used to have a tape. When you used to have a tape, there'd be secret endings, but you didn't know anything about it because you have to wind forward. Whereas obviously in the digital age, we have timers on everything.
What do you do?
Back to video game music. That's creepy as well, that is.
Everybody
That's fucked up.
course he ends it like that. I mean, that was, 5 minutes of him just going to talk to people on the street. And ask some pretty... It's one of those things, again, I think you should go listen to that song because I had to chop it up. What a crazy, intense, difficult, but also amazing album to take in. I will go away. I will do some reading. Maybe I'll do a little follow-up video on here as well. I don't know. I think I need to go lay down and think about that for a little while. That will stay with me for a long time. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment below. Give me some more suggestions. This was a fantastic suggestion. Just like a puzzle you got to try and piece with, but also a melodic force of wonder. My name is Simon Miller. Come follow me Twitter, Instagram. It's at SimonMiller316. And yeah, just give him a round of applause. Round of applause for Frank Ocean, you crazy yet talented son of a gun. I'll see you soon.